It's the JT Cho Show!
10, 9, 6, 5, 4,
Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the JT Show. I'm your host, JT. Today is Wednesday, the 27th of May, 2020, for episode 32. 32! I'm going to put a little echo effect on that. Episode 32, it's the 27th, which means that Miracle May is almost over with. Me and my buddy Cut, like you know, he's going to be coming on the 1st. We're going to talk about Miracle May, our weight loss. I've lost like 13 pounds right now. I've been running more consistently. I had to take the day off. Laid some floors over the weekend with my fascia. So my hammy's really tight, so I stretched them, the last 3 days, stretching them. I even went on slow runs to loosen them. Today I went to the driving range. We're going to talk about a variety of stuff today. We got golf, we got Miracle May. We're going to talk about the weather too. Call of Duty and Apex, some exercise stuff, some stuff I've been listening to, and, we'll finish it off with some anime. Now, if you looked at my screenshot, I want to cover this topic. It's very important to me. And, currently live right now, Earl's hitting me up. And Earl will come on the podcast. We're trying to get together next weekend, and at this point, I'm trying to either have him come through or I'll just go visit him because, Big Gretch, as they call her in Michigan, you can do groups and gatherings of up to 10, and Earl and I is only 2, plus Molly is 3, so that's a lot less than 10 with my public education that I have. So, organic pizza, I forgot, you'll have to look at the screenshot. First of all, I'm not a huge fan of paying for, healthier pizza. In my experience, I'm going to be eating this too, by the way, because this is my first meal of the day. And sorry if you're watching this on YouTube. I might have to talk with my mouth open while I chew sometimes. I'm going to, I'll just take this little napkin and I'll put it over my mouth. Anyways. If you're going to eat pizza, you might as well just eat pizza. Go do some exercise. Go hike for a half an hour. Go walk for an hour. Oh, this whole pizza, which is right here, 840 calories. I'm on a calorie count right now. First meal of the day. Technically, with the app that I'm using, it says I'm allowed up to 2,400 calories a day. I've been keeping it in the range of anywhere from 1,300 to 1,800. I don't like to go over 1,800 because, I am trying to lose weight, trying to get down to 205. We'll talk about our weigh-ins on the 1st when Cut comes on the show. But, when you pay $5 to $9, this was on sale, and that's the only reason I wanted to try it. It's made with, goat cheese and healthy shit. I should get the box, but you know what? Let me get the box. It'll help us all out if I get the box. And I know what y'all are saying. Oh, that's Barstool's president's job is to rate pizza. I'm not doing ratings. Here's my impersonation of one bite, everybody knows the rules. Look at the flop. That's not good flop. One bite, everybody knows the rules. I'm going to pander. Soup man. Call her daddy's back. Soup man. Look at the flop. Call her daddy. All right. Could be crispier. 3-4. That's what I'm giving it. But realistically, I would give this pizza a 3-4. What makes this pizza healthy is special cheeses and low moisture part skim mozzarella and Italian Romano cheese. I probably said that wrong. made from sheep's milk. So yeah, I'm eating sheep's milk cheese. It's sodium's 860 milligrams for a half serving, calories 420. Nice for a half serving. But overall, like, I would rather have a real pizza. But again, I wanted to try it. But Simply Truth organic, no preservatives. It's all right. I'm really hungry. Okay, I went to the driving range. I got an unsweetened iced tea. Drank that. Drove some balls. Now with the weather warming up, here in Michigan, it was like negative a million. No, it was like 30 to 40 degrees. Highs in the 50s and 60s. And all of a sudden, bam! Heat wave comes just cruising in out of nowhere. And over the last weekend, we've hit the high 80s. We've hit the high 80s. It's hot. You go grocery shopping, your milk sweats. It's the worst. But because of the nice weather, it's officially golf season. Now, I've been wanting to get out to the driving range. I'm trying to work on my accuracy better. My driver was, probably towards the end hitting consistently over 200, but I had a real hard time getting the ball to where I wanted it to go. And golf for me is one of those sports where I'll probably never really be good at it. My best game is an 85, and that's on like a beginner course. Oh, that crunch. Did you hear that crunch? But anyways, golfing is something that I wish I had the money for, and something that I wish I could get better at. Like, sometimes I'll have like a fantastic drive. Oh, it landed in the fairway. It's a miracle. And then I'll walk up for my second shot and either shank it or just shoot it right over the green. I mean, every now and then I have my, moments of, miracle play where I get it on the green in 3 and then I 3-putt. Or, sometimes I'll get it on the green in 5 and I'll 1-putt for 6. But this year's going to kind of shape up to last year. I try to get out every week. With my current schedule, it's a little bit tougher. And today's the first week I got out. But I want to get, swinging every week. And I think I'm going to buy one of those driving nets just to warm up, because there's some golf courses around here that don't have driving ranges. So I think warming up is one of the biggest things that people don't do when they go golfing. Now, I bought 100 balls today. And buying that 100 balls, the first 50 that I shot were straight with irons. I started off with my pitching wedge. I went to my lob wedge, which still needs a lot more work. Then I went to my sand wedge. Went to my 5, hit some 6. And then when I got done with all of that, I pulled out the big-ass bad boy driver, my TaylorMade 10.5. Now, my complaint as of recent years is I'm getting too much loft in the ball, but I watched like 10 to 15 minute YouTube videos on tips and tricks, and I'm not an expert, but my drives towards the end when I was nice and loose and I was doing, some of the things that I remember, my drives were actually going in the direction that I wanted them to. If I had to recall my best golf shot of all time, sorry again, I'm hungry. I need to do this podcast. My schedule's been busy. I'm probably going to do I know I'm going to do a podcast on June 1st. It's the first day off of Miracle May. We're going to talk about our progress and all that jazz. I know I got a long one-piece episode to catch everybody else up on. If we still want that, just let me know. Just like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. But I didn't want to eat and push this back. I was just like, let's just do it all in one, okay? No one really even watches this, and no one really even listens to this, except for, a few fans. and friends, mostly friends, not even really fans. But I appreciate it. I love you guys. T-shirts will be ordered pretty soon. I know I keep saying about that. But I gotta order in bulk, and I need like more people to want shirts, essentially, because the more shirts you order, the cheaper they are per cost, and I'm already gonna spend money out of my own pocket to get them because I'm unsponsored. But anywho, if I had to recall my best golf shot of all time, it was on a golf course off of US 12. It's a Lake Leanza golf course. It's a 9-hole where you can walk it for under $10. And the current owner has put a lot of money into that course. The irrigation system for that course was buried. Like, the previous owner, who was this old dude who I never really talked to, who had like the course record, just like Kim Jong-un has the course record and Donald Trump has all these course records. I guess he just abandoned it, and then he had those big ass hoses laying around everywhere, which is weird. But the other guy just like found the irrigation system for this course and got it renovated and working again. He's also extended the length of the course by putting in further back tee boxes, squeezing them in places that he can, which, you know, I'm all for more golf. You know, I'm not trying to get in and get out. I'm trying to enjoy myself for the day. But there's one specific day where beating my dad, which is not easy, okay? He turned 60 for his next birthday. I turned the dirty 30. So, he's twice my age. Anyways, beating my dad's really tough. I can outdrive him because, you know, that's all I can do. But his iron play is something to behold. And so when I play him, yeah, I have a way better first shot, but he lands it on the green in the second shot and 2-putts it most of the time, or 3-putts it. I mean, like, I'm not saying he's shooting pars or better. I'm just saying he's shooting better than me most of the time. But on this particular day, we were tied on the par 3, hole 7, going into the hole 8, which is a par 4. Now, if I could describe to you hole 8 on Lake Leanza golf course, it is a very wide fairway. There's a small tree about 250 yards on the left-hand side. There's a bigger dead-looking tree on the right side about 175 yards. And you want to avoid the right because it's next to the river and it's the rough and it's pretty muddy and mushy and not really solid ground. So you want to hit the fairway or left. To the extreme left is the out of bounds with the tall grass, and then essentially the hole is up on a hill. It's a pretty lengthy green. It looks like a rectangle, so moderately it's not that hard of a hole. Now, my dad comes up for the first time because, you know, he tied it on hole 7, so it's his turn to shoot first, and he just gets that monster drive that he never usually gets ever. And I'm sitting here going, damn, he's got it for me today. Like he's really getting after that ball. So he hits this real straight shot down the fairway. A nice 200-yard drive for that man. And I was like, okay, man, I gotta get up. I gotta outdrive him at least, so then I'm closer to the hole. So I get up there, and I shank the shit out of the ball. I hit it like 175 at most, but it's sitting in the rough on the left-hand side near the tall grass. Now, I approach my ball, and I know golfing courtesies, I'm farther away, so I hit, but, I mean, he just said, yeah, I'll hit first, so he hit first, and he hits his ball right up on the green, right where it's supposed to be. Now, again, I'm no expert, but I just told myself that day, I said, I'm going to hit a nice soft 7. I'm going to not put a lot of strength on it, because when I try to overhit the ball, that's when I really shank it. And so I pulled out the 7, and I did like one or two practice swings, and I hit this ball. It hits the fringe, rolls on the green, and eagles in 2. Now, I know. I caught a fish this big, but, this big, but really this big. I'm doing the hands thing like, oh, look how big this fish is. But I did hit an eagle. I've hit a couple eagles before. Look, again, not on professional courses. I'm pretty sure if I hit TPC, I would get like 150. But because some courses have very short par 4s, or I have hit the ball on a par 5 on the green, and I have putted it in for 3. But all in all, I'm still not a good golfer. I'm not a consistent par golfer, and it's very rare for me to get a birdie. So it's extremely rare for me to get, I'm going to say I have 5 or less eagles. I know I have 3 for sure. I hit one on Cannon Air Force Base with Pepper and Dowster. I hit one with my dad on Lake Leanne. About 125 yards out to the hole, which that's why it's the most impressive shot that I've ever had. And then I hit one with my commander and when I was in this golf tournament, and they were like, wow, pretty impressive. We were playing best ball, and I shot first all 3 times. I drove the farthest, we used it, so they're like, oh, you can shoot first again. I hit it on the green, and they're like, oh, just put it in yourself. So, I know it's best ball, but, technicalities, whatever. So, anywho, golfing's one of those sports where you can't get too mad because you're not a professional, you're not getting paid for it. I understand there's the competitive in me, and I hate losing. I hate losing to my brother, and I hate losing to my dad. I like golfing with my friends. I like beating my friends. I like winning. Don't get me wrong. But when people get too mad over the entire game, it kind of just takes the fun out of it. So just try to enjoy yourself. That's like the biggest tip that I can tell you about golf. Focus on your breathing, on your hits, and just take your time and have a good day. If someone's pushing you, just let them hit in front of you. I know it sucks. It's annoying. I hate when you get behind old people that don't let you walk through. Just like, let me walk through, old man. I'm walking the course and you're in a cart, man. Like, let me just walk through. I'm definitely going to be doing some golfing this summer with Earl. Cut's bringing his clubs that he just got. So, that's why I went to the driving range today. And I had a great time at the driving range. Nobody was wearing a mask. It was crazy. It was like the first time I saw 10 people's their faces. A girl has no face. But it's the first time that I saw people's full faces just outdoors swinging golf clubs. And I was like, this is wild. This is so wild. I couldn't believe it, I could not believe it. Anyways, sorry about that. Anywho, yeah, golfing. It's golf season. It's in Michigan. I didn't storm the Capitol, but I'm glad the golf courses are finally open. So I'm happy about that. So we're going to transition here. With the warmer weather, I have been running almost every day. I've been running when it's 85, 86, 87, 88 outside because I don't like running after work because I've been away for 12 hours and plus hours, and then my dogs, they haven't seen me and I want to spend time with them, and then I take a quick shower. I usually play a game or two of Call of Duty, and then, I go to sleep, and then I wake up, and then I go for my run. And when I've been waking up in the afternoon, it's been 88 degrees, but I'm like, I got to get this work in. And running has been great, okay? I have a workout pair of headphones that are sweat-proof because I do sweat a lot. I've been running a minimum of 3 miles. For me, personally, I'm not a professional runner. I'm not an Olympic runner. I'm not Goggins. For me, though, if I'm running less than 3 miles, it's kind of a waste of my time because I'm not getting the workout that I should. 3 miles for me isn't even super tough, except when I sorry, hold on. I gotta reply with a message. I'm getting a phone call. My Faja was calling me. What time is it? Oh, never mind, it went away. Anyways, but running for me has been, it's one of those things where when I get into a groove. Hold on, I can't focus right now. I'll call you in about 30 minutes. Anyways, it's one of those things where when I get into the groove, I start enjoying myself. I've been running 3 miles or more. I try to run for at least a half an hour. I know I told you the other day on my podcast that I accidentally took a wrong left. I went 8 miles for the whole day. That wasn't too bad, but sooner or later I'm gonna start doing 100-mile months, and that's not that tough. I can do 5 days of 5 miles a week, 5 miles a day, 5 times a week for the whole month, and that's 100 miles. I can do 3 miles every single day, and essentially that would not get you to 100. So one of those days you would have to pick to do like a 6 or 7 or whatever. There's different ways of doing it, but I want to start running in the hundreds for the miles for the month. It won't happen in June. I'm probably going to hit at least 75 miles in June. Pretty easy. Like, that's me taking my time, taking a couple extra days off. Today was a rest day. I still might run. Maybe. I got to, hit up my boys to see where they're at for video games for Call of Duty. But I might run after this podcast because I just ate that 840-calorie pizza. But I've been enjoying myself. I do a lot of thinking when I'm running. I have a nice little 3.2K, it's a 5K, a 3.2 mile run around town. Eliminates most of the traffic. One of these days I'm going to run to this park called Cascades and run up the hill because there's a big hill there, and then jog back. So, that'd be about a 7 or 8 mile day. But truly I have been enjoying myself going running at the pace that I've been running and at the consistency that I've been running. I also have a bike, which I'll be biking more, but with Miracle May closing in a couple days, I know that I'm going to have to be picking up my workouts. I'm still going to be eating healthier. The first is a cheat day. If you want to call this pizza a cheat day, then screw it. I had 2 cheat days. And every now and then I have a cheat snack. I'll be like, oh, I'm only 800 calories for the day because I had a salad for lunch, and then I ate a bunch of fruit, and then I had this little small meal. And even though that's a lot of food, that's only 900 calories, and this app that I'm using wants me to hit at least 1,300 range a day. So I'll just have this little shitty ass cinnamon roll, whatever. Some days, I have a little cheat snack here and there, but for the most part, I've been trying to eat healthier. I've been trying to eat better. And the first, though, is going to be like a Taco Bell Monday, okay? It's going to be whatever I want. One thing that's on my plate for the number one item that I might choose is an Oakland-style pizza, pepperoni, jalapeno, pineapple, well-done, deep dish pizza. Give me that dough, okay? I have had pizza a couple times. I've been ordering it all thin crust, and I have to portion it out, which sucks because I just want to smash the whole pizza in one sitting. But with me being able to eat or drink whatever I want, essentially, I know that some of the workouts are going to have to get picked up. Now, I'm still not drinking pop. I'm going to have a pop for my birthday, but I like that I haven't been craving it, and there's a lot of things that this month has shown me. It's shown me, one, that you don't need to use, or you don't need to really use any substance. It sucks, and I've had hard days where all you want to do is come home and crack open a cold beer and sit in your your Perry chair, and you just want to sit there and watch TV and you want to relax, but you don't honestly need it, okay? It's nice to have. It's a nice edging relaxer, but essentially what it comes down to, if you can't relax and figure out ways to alleviate your stress without using substances, then I don't know. I don't think that's super mentally healthy for yourself. And I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not Dr. Phil. I can't even think of a doctor. Make the free throw, Shaq. That's all you got to do, Shaq. And that's from Scary Movie 4, I think. I don't know, 3. That's a terrible Dr. Phil anyways. But, it has been a challenge some days, because some days you just want to smoke a cigarette. I don't smoke cigarettes, but you've had those days where all you want to do is smoke a cigarette. because it's a tough day, and I haven't been drinking beer either. I haven't been having any little healthy glass of wine with your steak. But for me, all in all, I just haven't been able to. Really put into words, how thankful I am that I am getting through this challenging, and I have done this in the past, and not for any lengths of time, just a couple weeks here and there. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I've learned about myself a little bit more, and I'm glad that I'm glad that I'm through it. So Monday morning, June 1st, we're going to shoot another podcast. So June 1st is going to be the next JT show. I put it up on my Twitter yesterday on JT of Jville at Twitter, user handle, blah, blah, blah. But essentially, the JT show will have another podcast on Monday. And then, I'm only going to do one more, because then after that, it's straight spoilers for One Piece. But I might do one more One Piece little series review from whatever episode to where I'm at right now. But those are hit or misses, and I don't know if people really enjoy those. So, sorry. If you do enjoy those, let me know. If you don't enjoy those, let me know. Some things that I've been listening to, again, some podcasts, The Cape Cod Kid. It's on Apple. And I don't know specifically if it's available anywhere else. But today I saw a notification. I think it came out yesterday. It's episode 7. I still haven't listened to it. I listen to most of my podcasts in the car if I'm not listening to music. On my way to work, I listen to a lot of podcasts. The Joe Rogan Experience, of course, everybody knows. Speculated $100 million deal going specifically to Spotify. Good for him. I'm happy. He's one of the godfathers of this whole thing, and he's one of the reasons why I'm doing this whole thing. But for me, the Kevin Hart episode, I'm halfway through it, and so far it's been super positive in the way that it motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing. It talks about the struggle. It talks about, how you take away from things that you don't like doing. I don't like where I'm currently at in life, career-wise, okay? I'm not using any of my education at all, period. I'm only using the training provided, to me by the places that I worked at. So I've wasted a lot of my years going to school because I haven't essentially used it, and sometimes that really bothers me, and then other times I'm like, no, it helps me out because my bachelor's degree is broadcast and cinematic arts, and podcasting is a cinematic art. So I'm basically taking my degree, and again, you don't need a degree to do this. One of Cut's major points is you don't need to go to college for anything, and you can learn anything at anywhere of your jobs. And essentially, though, I did like going to school, and I liked the experience, and I don't regret going to school. I'm just saying that, I'm glad I went to school, and I'm glad I got educated in the fashion of knowing how to, analyze audio and video and cutting. And, I want to make a short film, just throw it on the YouTube for funsies. It's, probably going to have to be a solo man show because, I want to do something like that. So, again, I've been writing more. I do like cutting films and things like that. It's stuff that I really enjoy. So I'm glad I got, the basis of, the foundation that I got from Central Michigan University. And now that I'm, that I have that, I'm using that for essentially, what you're watching right now. So Kevin Hart is on Joe Rogan Experience. Check that out. You're probably already checking it out if you're even listening to me. Again, Joe Rogan's one of those guys who, I kept listening to, and then one day I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to do 100 episodes. I'm going to reevaluate the format. I'm going to see, if I really, enjoy doing it, which I do. I love doing this. I don't care if I don't get the views. It's a lot of fun, and I get to talk about whatever I like to talk about. And talking about whatever I like to talk about. Super excited to watch Uncut Gems. I'm probably going to watch it on Tuesday next week. I'm going to save it for next week because I have other projects to do. I'm finishing my cornhole boards. I cut and put together the frames and drilled the hole. And so basically everything except for the legs on the cornhole board are done. But tomorrow I'm finally cutting the legs. So tomorrow I'm finally cutting the legs, I'm drilling the legs, and then after both of those are done, I paint them. And when I paint them, I'll throw them up on my Insta or Twitter, and I'll probably hold them. But spoilers, they're gonna be Marvel. Okay, I've talked about it a little bit in the past, but I've already picked. I did a voting system a long time ago and asked some friends, so I'm doing 2 Marvel characters. I have Marvel bags for cornhole, which is what we call it here in Michigan. So I got to get those done for when my friends visit. So hopefully I'll be painting those maybe tomorrow if I find the time to paint them. I will be cutting the legs tomorrow, but for sure I will get that done and maybe I'll start painting. I wanted to go to Horrocks in Lansing. It's kind of like a farmer's market. I'd drive a little bit further up the road, but they have really good coffee there. I really do enjoy their coffee, and I'm pretty low on coffee. And I didn't buy any store-bought today, so depending on if I paint or not paint tomorrow, I'll probably go get some gourmet coffee, because Turtle, aka Joe, said never go cheap on your coffee. I've said that once, I've said it twice, I'll say it again, but never go cheap on your coffee. I've had Folgers before, and I've gone through the struggle, and I've had gas station coffee. And one of my favorite shows to watch while I'm wasting time is The Most Expensivest. I think that's what it's called, or something of that nature, with 2 Chainz. And these people were drinking $600 cups of poo coffee, which is those coffee beans that those little cat creature things that eat, and then they poop the nut out. And somebody came along and was like, hey, look at this shit, we can still use this nut. And then they clean it. They clean a shit nut, okay? They clean it, and then they put it in your coffee, and it's $600 a cup. It is insane. I like watching that show because I'm just like, I cannot believe people pay X amount of money for a product. Like a classic episode, you've got Hannibal Buress, you've got 2 Chainz, and then you've got I think Tommy Lee. No, not Tommy Lee. Who's the guy? You've got one half of the Cheech and Chongs. His name is I think it's Tommy Chong. Yeah. So you got Tommy Chong with Hannibal Buress and 2 Chainz, and they're eating a full course weed meal. And it's funny. They're super funny. Hannibal goes off on this tangent about chicken and waffles. I think that's super funny. It's totally his character. But my main issue is the chicken wings are $20 a wing. I'm just saying, I don't got the money to be paying $20 a wing. I'm used to going down to Saucy Dogs on Tuesday night for their wing special at 60 cents a wing, which I believe is the price still. And $2 Miller drafts, you save some bang for your buck. You get some wangs with your bros, and you're just like, this is what America's made of. This is what America's about, chicken wings and beer. I love getting food at a cheaper cost. I haven't had Saucy Dogs during this pandemic. I ordered out one time before, took the wings to work, gave it to another wing a wing connoisseur, someone that really likes chicken wings, and he thought they were pretty good. So outside of Jonesville, there have been people in Ypsi who have had your wings in Saucy Dogs. So Jonesville, Michigan, and I don't know, I got into not really an argument, but more of a discussion about Saucy Dogs. It's not the greatest restaurant in the world, okay? I'm not telling you that on a world scale, this is the greatest restaurant you can ever go to. But I'm saying in Michigan, the nostalgia, I'm probably mispronouncing words again, but basically the aroma and growing up with it and it opening up, and I believe in 2005, and eating there when it was 25-cent wing night, and growing up with this restaurant that I really enjoyed, it's just one of my favorite places to go to. I think it's good food. I will argue, I think the Sweet Barbecue is one of the best barbecue sauces you'll ever have. They have Wicked Blue, which I really like, which is blue cheese and buffalo sauce, I believe. They have sweet. They have spicy barbecue. They have a variety of flavors, okay? But if you're ever traveling through Jonesville, Michigan, stop at Saucy Dogs. It's definitely worth a stop. I thoroughly enjoy that. But I just can't fathom, paying $600 for a cup of coffee, but I'll pay $12 for a nice, decent sized bag of coffee. And I'm a little Gucci. I'm a little Gucci with my coffee as it is. Because I buy whole beans, and I grind them as I go. I don't grind the whole bag. I grind probably enough for the week, and so they're fresher, and, I'm a little Gucci. But, I do enjoy coffee. That's one thing. I don't French press. You can see my lamp in the background. That's fucking unprofessional. But, those are the things that I do so I can enjoy coffee at the level of what I do. I don't have an espresso machine. I'm not one of those people that, presses and does all that other jazz. And there's a real art to coffee. Like, I know I'm talking about coffee, but, like, if you really, like, if you look up YouTube videos and you, like, listen to Joe Rogan talks about the coffee company, Pepper drinks it. If Pepper and V are watching this, Pepper's probably going to yell it out loud and call me a fucking idiot. Man, I cannot... Black Rifle Coffee Company, owned by Veterans America. But if you really listen to that dude's story and watch videos, and, like, that dude loves coffee and he's perfected it, and, he continues to, brew this coffee and make the best coffee for the people that want it. But for me, I do it to a certain extent where it's still affordable and I'm not spending too much money on it. And that's where I think the real sweet spot is, when you can pay a little bit extra but you're not breaking the bank. I work hard. I just want nice coffee, okay? I'll put it in the fridge. I'll make cold brew. I'll do whatever. I'm a coffee connoisseur. It's a low-calorie drink. The creamer is what you got to worry about. I drink water, diet cranberry juice, and coffee. If you heard that yell, that's my roommate. He's playing Fortnite. I'm going to judge him. Don't like the game. Next. Speaking of games, we're probably going to talk about video game in a little bit, and then we'll just wrap it up. Call of Duty, it's been going better. A lot better communication. Been playing a lot with Duckett. We've got a couple dubbies here and there. Hopefully we'll get some dubbies tonight. I'm really looking forward to get some dubbies tonight. Maybe Stan will join our group. I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to get some dubbies tonight. But in all this, like, world of Call of Duty and how I got sucked back into it, basically Apex had this big update, and one of my friends, Josh, hit me up and he's like, "Hey man, do you want to play some Apex?" And I was like, "Shit, dude, I haven't done this download yet." So I did the download. The new character, Loba, I think is her name. Sometimes I should write stuff down, but again, I just like to talk about random stuff. Yeah, it's Loba. Anyways, she's thick. No, anyways, I really like her abilities. She's got a black market ability, essentially, where she makes this, like, little prison with her staff, and anything within this ring of that range that the ring touches, you can loot up to 2 items per person, and then you can close the black market, so your team only can use it, so it's really good for looting. She's got this little bracelet, and she whips it off, and then she can transport, and you can really whip that motherfucker if you're high grounds. So she's kind of like a character for support, but she can honestly, like, flank. I like flanking. Sometimes that's my biggest issue. I like to flank without telling my teammates I'm flanking, and then I die. I blew a win the other day. Let me describe it to you if you ever played the game Apex. I was on Marketplace. There was 3 squads left. We were playing duos, Cut and I, because, again, it's hard to find a trio. We were playing duos. We're on top of the market. I was Bangalore. He was Mirage. And it came down to I used my special. I got a knock. 1 squad left. They were looting. And I just jumped off the top of market onto the ground and got murked by 2 people. Why did I jump? I don't know. I can't tell you. I blew it, though. You blew it! But I did blow it. I felt terrible. In hindsight, all that other junk, I blew a dub. The dub should have been ours. You had the high ground, Anakin! But we did have the high ground, and I jumped down, and I missed my shots because I was super excited and antsy. And I just feel bad about the whole thing, okay? Nothing's worse than coming in goddamn second place. I will say that right now. ain't nothing worse than coming in second place. By the way, a little quick update. I'm not going to go running because it looks like it's starting to rain. So thank you up there, the clouds, for giving me a day off. Tomorrow, though, I'm going to run. I'm probably going to run 6 miles tomorrow. I'm going to go cut those legs at me parents' house, at my Faja and Maja's house. And they live in a nice little lakeside community. You know, they're not loaded, but you know they bought a house a long time ago, and it's a nice investment. But there's way less traffic. So tomorrow I can go running without worrying about cars and all that other shit, and running through the city, and I'll run through the country tomorrow. So super duper excited about that. But I'll probably be streaming tonight. I'm going to upload this first to the internet, so if you listen to it by the time that you're done listening, if you listen to it today, I will be streaming. I will be streaming tomorrow too, afternoon in the Eastern time, probably like 4 o'clock or after Eastern time tomorrow on the 28th of May. But again, if you're a fan, if you're someone that likes the show, if you're someone that wants a t-shirt, please comment, like, subscribe, let me know. Pay shipping and handling, and I'm going to send you the shirt. I can only send so many when I order them, so I'm going to let you know how many I've ordered, how many are spoken for, and how many are left. And the first order of t-shirts are all going to be free of charge, except for shipping and handling. So again, if you want a t-shirt, JT of Jayville is my Twitter, JT of Jayville is my Instagram. My YouTube, I just scroll through my Twitter, okay? I'm too lazy for that. Yeah, just let me know. Let me know what you want me to talk about. Again, bringing on guests, bringing on friends. Earl will be on sooner than later. Cut's going to be on Monday. There may be another One Piece episode. I'm not too sure about that because, I want to do things that people enjoy. But again, thanks for listening. I really appreciate all of you. This was the JT Show. Captain's Log signing out. Deuces.